because you don't know if it's going to get taken away from you. You know, the ability to walk. Yeah, so when I was lying in the creek, obviously face down, paralysed, I was just thinking, what the hell have I done to myself here? When I moved up to Noosa, I sort of joined the cycling group, which is about 10 years ago. And as you get fitter and stronger, you just want to keep going and get more and try and keep up with the fast boys in the group. The road bike races, I've done a few of them. The crits I probably enjoyed a bit more. Yeah, but didn't take it too seriously, to be honest. The end result is having a coffee at the cafe, which I quite like. I like the banter between the fellas, but there does come times where you just had enough and you need a break, and just try different things as well. Like the mountain bike riding, and that's when I got a gravel bike, so I tried a bit of that. Leading up to do a race, a Noosa Enduro gravel bike race, which is around about 100k, so we thought we'd concentrate on a section of about 60 or 70k. There's a few of us went out and did part of the course together, and then we got to Pomona and there was a bit of a split where it was just myself, Higo and Fish, and we sort of did the last part of the course from Pomona back to Noosa. She tailed a few gravel roads, a few sort of nasty tracks, I suppose, for a gravel bike. Yeah, so when the accident happened, we're actually going down a little track called Covey's Road. We started going down there, and at the bottom of the track is a creek which you can usually ride through. And it had like an aluminium motorbike ramp over it, so we could sort of stop and have a look at it. Sort of thought, yeah, we could ride across that. So we went back and attempted to ride, and then that's when the accident happened. My front wheel went off the edge of the ramp just before it crosses, and then my head hit the bank. And yeah, that's when that happened. I went blank for about 2 or 3 seconds. Sort of woke up with my back half in the water and my head on the bank. And basically I just couldn't move. I was paralysed, which was pretty scary. Thinking I could try and move, but I couldn't move my arms. I was sort of starfished, couldn't move my legs. Sort of hard to keep calm in that situation, but when you're paralysed and all the thoughts are going through your head, of, am I going to be able to walk again? Will I end up in a wheelchair for the rest of my life? It's hard to keep calm. So when I was in the hospital, obviously knew I had to have surgery, and I could start to move my feet a little bit, my legs a little bit by then. And I actually remember there was one of the nurses there. He was a Spanish guy, and he said to me, "Oh, what have you done to yourself?" I said, "Oh, look, I've broken my neck." And he said, "Oh, okay, can you move your legs?" I said, "I can move my feet and my legs a little bit." And he said, "Oh, you'll be fine. You'll walk out of here." The initial first few days, basically, couldn't walk. So you were sort of, when you were out of the bed, you were obviously in a wheelchair bound. My right arm and hand basically couldn't move. Moved my arm a bit, but hand was just completely numb. Even just to get out of bed and move around was just a huge effort, which I needed help with. Just little bits at a time, sort of just getting up, standing up, sitting down, standing up, sitting down. Higo sort of come down most days and spend it with me to help me along with the recovery. I could walk, but sort of to get down to where we were doing the rehab, I'd go in the wheelchair and then sort of do a bit of walking, sit back down. You think you're not making steps forward after that sort of 6 or 7 months, but you are. Like, you sort of look back from where I am now, from where I was about 8 or 9 months in. And you are making small little gains every day, which I've worked fairly hard at, and still do every day. One of the goals was to just jump back on the bike and see if I could do it. Just for the mental side of it, just to get back on the bike was just good, just to get a bit of wind through the hair, and just a good, and see the boys at the coffee shop. So I just started with the mountain bike just on the road, then progressed to the road bike, and just thought if I could do it, why not? Forget about the world and just pedal. There's some good guys in the cycling group, and just to keep that connection was important. Try and feel half normal. You do have good and bad days. The good day is I usually either go for a little ride or a walk in the morning. So I suppose it has changed the way I look at life a bit. I mean, no more risks anymore. sometimes you just come to the realisation that, you know, you just can't do the stuff that you used to do. Doing my exercise, going to work, coming home, and then just the normal stuff, have dinner and go to bed and then sort of repeat. There's some mornings I haven't planned to go on the bike and I'll wake up and go, I might go for a ride and get my gear on the way I go. So yeah, it's not like a set plan, it's just how I'm feeling basically in the morning, whether I go or not.